This is our last official episode of season 4.
I want to do a bloopers of Pretty Basic.
Oh, fuck. Sorry. Cut that.
Cut that. Sorry.
Holy shit.
Cut that.
Do I sound bitchy, though? Cut. Is this hook'em? In my defense, COVID has made me very confused as to what year it is. I need to crack my back. God damn it. Do you see why I think you're dramatic? So.
Am I okay? Trauma.
Imagine you are a muffin. Which ingredient are you missing?
Serotonin.
Putting their height.
Green.
But lying about their height. Red. My neck to die for. My legs to die for. This sex to die for. All I need is something to die for.
Silence.
Ramble.
Pretty basic.
This episode is brought to you by DoorDash. For a limited time, get 50% off your order up to a $20 value and 0 delivery fees when you download the app and use code PRETTYBASIC.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Pretty Basic. This is a pretty extreme, insane episode. Pretty sad episode. Pretty happy.
Pretty bittersweet.
Pretty bittersweet episode.
Bittersweet.
What's up? I'm Alisha Marie.
And I am Remy Cruz. So if you guys are watching on the YouTube channel, which if you are not, go check it out. Our studio looks adorable. We're sitting in a winter wonderland. And this is our last official episode of season 4, which is crazy.
It's crazy. I feel like we were just getting the cover shoot.
It really does, actually.
That's been my favorite cover for a while. I'm excited to see what we do for season 5.
We're gonna step it up, guys, but also don't worry, we have some extra little surprises coming at you during our hiatus, as if we are a TV show. We're on hiatus, but if you're missing us, don't worry, because we are still doing Vlogmas over on our vlog channels.
There's no way to really miss us that much because you're getting daily content of us every single day there.
While we're getting burnt out, you're gonna get burnt out of us. That's essentially what it is.
Yes. Did I tell you about my merch?
No.
Oh my God. Well, Shop Alisha Marie is coming back.
Oh, thank God.
We just teased the Vlogmas merch, but this has been something I've wanted to do for years, and I have it to show you. Don't worry, you're getting it, obviously.
Thank God.
So do you remember my burnout video where
You're crying?
My crying one, my short blonde hair, and I'm like, I'm burnt out.
Yeah.
I'm wearing this green
sweatshirt
that says Beverly Hills in like a very collegiate font, right?
Okay.
And because I wore it during that video, anytime I wore it since then, all the comments would be like, the iconic Beverly Hills sweatshirt, right?
Oh my God.
I know. So it's just funny because I'm like, oh my God, it really is iconic. Like, little did I know, I just put it on that day. And here we go.
Yeah.
So I've wanted to do this for so long, and the vision has come to life. We're launching an exact replica of it that says Burnout.
That's so funny.
Burnt Out, established 2018, which is when I was notoriously known for my burnout.
Funny.
Isn't that hilarious? It's like the same thing.
I love that. Where's the sweatshirt from initially?
I think it was either PacSun or somewhere like that.
And it says Beverly Hills?
And it says Beverly Hills. So
That's
it's like
so
we did like our
hilarious.
spin on it.
I love that.
Yeah, obviously it's not copyrighted or anything.
No.
but,
That's iconic.
Isn't that fucking funny?
That is so funny.
Speaking of burnout, go shop the Burnout merch and Rems.
Yes. Unbothered and Cozy Club
Probably sold
collection.
out by the time they're seeing it, huh?
Here's hoping. I sure hope so. We'll see. I've done like the Vlogmas one, but I've only done like one big like merch drop so far. And merch is complicated. I feel like I didn't know it was going to be this complicated.
I think what's hard is you want the best for your viewers. So you're like, best quality, best this, best that. And then you get into the fashion world and they're like, well, I know you want pink, but all we have is blue and green right now. And you're like, no, I want pink. Like, how is it so hard to get pink?
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, if we do have pink, it's this one. You're like, that's purple. That's not pink. Like, it's very what you can work with. And then obviously like merch is just merch and it's not like designer quality.
I think also something that I've learned with it is we are making a good number of SKUs, like in items, but obviously not like Target or like Forever 21 or anything crazy like that. So because of that, things cost a little bit more. I had an issue with my merch collection this time. There was a specific piece where they wanted it to be like a higher price, and I had to fight tooth and nail. And I was like, I don't want to charge that much for a piece. Like, merch is already very expensive. I was like, I refuse to have people pay that much. Like, you can price it lower and keep the money. Like, I will pay you the money. Please, like, I'm not doing this for money. I just like, I want to make something for my viewers to have, and I really like this piece, but I'm not charging that much money. So I had to like fight back and forth with them of like, you can literally take the money. I don't want it. Just price it lower. But it's weird. It's such a whole system that I didn't know about.
Yes, it's so weird. And it's hard because, again, you're like, finding price points is hard because obviously you need to pay people like what they're worth for the time and energy and effort. Also, when you do have small like amount of SKUs,
it's just more expensive.
You're also at the low priority for the production. Obviously, they're going to prioritize people that are printing like thousands and thousands and
like
thousands.
Billie Eilish merch or like Coachella merch.
So when you're like, I need it done by next week, they're like, we don't care. You know what I mean? So
that makes sense.
There's so much that goes to it, which is crazy. But yeah, we've been, little boss girlies over here trying to print we're fucking manually doing it. Like
I'm hand sewing on my patches, hand embroidering.
Oh my God, yes.
Hand knitting my Sherpa. But check it out, shopRemyCruise.com, shopAlishaMarie.com.
Yes.
And you can shop our burnout and the burnt out and the unbothered and cozy club.
We need one that says hungover next because that was me recently.
Wait.
Were you hungover the other day?
Yes.
I was hungover.
But no, my hangovers have been so weird lately.
Mine was doable.
Yeah.
But I had definitely had a headache till like 5.
I mean, first of all, file back the hungover collection for Pretty Basic later because that's really good. Second of all, would you like to give everyone a synopsis of our night that we had?
Let's just say, why did I mix vodka and tequila? Well, I know why I did. I was out of tequila. We ran out of tequila and I was like, fine, I'll do vodka. Yeah. And that's where I went wrong. Do I fully regret it? No.
Good.
Because I still wanted another drink. And I was like, well, I need another drink, but there's literally no tequila here, so it's fine. Do I kind of regret it? Yes. I should have prepped. Me now being a host.
A drizzly moment. A DoorDash moment.
I could have anything. We always talk about all these like
wonderful services.
And I was just like, it's fine.
I'm going to tell you, I did text you in the morning and I did tell you. And you just didn't listen.
I think it was more of a phone call, not a text.
No, I did. I said, should we get tequila for tonight?
Oh, I thought you called me, and I was like, oh no, I think I have some.
Oh, maybe I did. Maybe I did it twice.
Maybe that makes it worse for me.
Then. I really don't know that.
You let me know. No, yeah. So that's one thing. Now that Ashley's out and I'm living on my own, I'm really learning that the fridge won't stock itself.
You know what you need? Yes, that's a hard lesson to learn.
I know it's hard.
You need a Costco membership.
Oh, I just figured I could go with you.
Oh, well, yeah, you can share.
But here's the thing. I don't think ahead enough to be like, hey, Rem, can I go with you on your next trip?
Oh, I'll just let you know the next time I'm going to Costco.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Okay, yeah. Well, someone got a little overserved.
Yes,
we went to a birthday party, and we had a wonderful time. We saw so many amazing people.
I was thriving.
Yeah, it's so fun. I had a great time.
Thriving.
I know. You know what? I would like to address the room. I did about a month ago come on this podcast and say I am entering my housewife era, and I have not had a housewife weekend since that time that I said it. I just need everyone to know, and I'm learning this as a person, when I'm doing something and I'm thriving in the moment, I'm like, this is my new personality. For instance, the one weekend I didn't go out and I didn't have a sip of alcohol, I was like, alcohol? Never.
We don't know her.
The thought of a vodka soda. Oh. Next weekend. 7 in my system.
What was funny also is you were like, I'm tired. I don't want to go. And I was like, no. You're going to rally. It's going to be fun. Yes. I was like, come on. Like, you'll be good. You were the one who wanted to go out till 4 a.m. You're like, let's go to the next bar.
What has gotten into me?
I was the one who was literally on the side of the street being like, 5 more minutes.
Me with my finger down your throat.
You try, and I was like, no, it won't work. I've tried before.
Honestly, guys, Alisha Marie has a very impressive gag reflex. Yeah, I'm now remembering, because I was kind of coming in and out. Let's rewind. Back to my housewife era. I mean, she'll come back eventually, but I will have to say we've had friends in town. We've had shindigs to go to. Romy is still well and alive. Tapping into her a little bit lately.
Also, a housewife era, maybe she's just so confident she does whatever she wants.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
You know what?
Yes.
Down with the antiquated idea of a housewife.
Exactly.
Because that's not what I meant.
No.
I meant a girl that likes to cook and clean and also party.
Yep.
Probably like I feel like the Real Housewives maybe.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit. Like they like to party.
Oh, you meant the Real Housewives, not just Housewives. The Real Housewives.
Not the antiquated idea.
You obviously meant the whole franchise.
Yes. I meant BravoCon. That's what I meant. But anyways, I will have to say, to those who clocked me the weekend after when I was out literally, thank you for your service. I think I would like to retract my old statements, and I will be having a fun and probably tipsy holiday season.
It's okay. Dry January is going to look great.
It's going to look so good on me.
It's going to look great on me. It's going to look great.
It's going to look so good. We went out to this birthday party. We had a wonderful time. Alisha did mix. I, from past experiences, have learned I can't mix, so I stay very true to that. Yeah. I think now maybe you have learned your lesson as well. All it takes is a little having to get out of the Uber, yak on the side of the road for you to never do it again.
So I feel like I didn't think I did it there though. I think I waited till I was in the bathroom, right? I'm pretty sure.
No, yeah, you couldn't.
I remember I couldn't, and you're sticking your fucking finger down my throat, and I was like, it won't work.
I can still feel the finger. We went out. We got it back in the Uber. It was 2 a.m. because the bar was closing, and I remember being like, I'm not done yet.
No, you were like, let's go. And I was like, you're the one who didn't want to come. You're like, let's go to the next bar. And I'm like, bitch, the only bar that's open till 4 and you don't want to go to.
I did, and I called my manager who was in the area, who is a party and a half, and I was like, we're in the area, let's go. He's like, I'm putting on my pants, we're going out right now, because he had just gotten back from the bars as well.
I didn't know he had just gotten back.
Yes, I believe so. And so we were waiting outside his house in the Uber, and I could tell the Uber driver was like, we'd waited maybe a couple minutes, and she was like, is he coming? And I was like, I'm so sorry, we're getting out of the car. So I made us all get out because I didn't want her to have to wait anymore. And then all of a sudden I turn around and you're trying to puke in the planter. I remember trying to help out. Fertilizer.
Yeah. Ew.
Eco-friendly.
Better than the Uber.
Then
I've learned that lesson.
She couldn't do it. I remember then showing everyone how I can gag on command.
No, bitch, we all know. We all know. We all hear it. We all hear it.
I have a sensitive gag reflex.
Even when you brush your teeth.
I do. Can anyone, I know I've told the podcast before because nothing's off limits. Can anybody else with a sensitive gag reflex please comment down below and let me know that you also just gag?
Have you seen that thing where you like hold your thumb or something?
Oh my God, I think it was like a fist situation.
I think it's more so the concentration of doing something else takes it off of the gagging.
I like gagging.
You should test it.
I like it.
You like gagging?
Yeah,
I want to gag. I want to choke.
It's an anxiety thing, as I've learned throughout the years. Like it's an anxiety-induced situation. So for me, when I gag, I feel better. Sorry if this is so gross.
I've always wanted to ask.
Yeah, no. It's like it's a nerves thing. Like it started for me when I grew up dancing and being in the wings before performing. I would start gagging. I don't throw up. I just gag because I'm nervous and I'm anxious, and then I'd be fine.
That's better than throwing up.
Oh, for me, it's like a calming thing. Like my body, no joke. Like after I gag, I'm like cool.
Mind blown.
Yes. Sometimes when my eyes are dry, I'll just gag, and then my eyes get all wet again.
Really? My eyes are always just fucking wet.
She's just crying. Sorry if that was such a gross tangent.
No, I'm like, it's so interesting. There's gonna be so many comments like, oh my God, I thought I was the only one.
I hope
you're making people feel seen and heard.
I am here for the gagging community. Stay gagged.
That's your next fucking merch. Stay gagged.
So we venture into Tommy's apartment. It's you, me, Murph, Ollie, and Tommy. And you immediately book it to the bathroom to try and relieve yourself. I ran in, held the hair, held the bangs. But Tommy didn't have a hair tie. So she's trying to throw up with it has come to my attention that I've completely overreacted a trucker hat on.
And you didn't get a photo of that?
I probably do. God. I have a lot of photos. We'll insert them on the video.
Wait, I had no idea I was wearing a hat.
Yeah, because he didn't have a hair tie. And I was like, do you have a hair tie? He's like, no. And so I put the hat on you. And you're trying to throw up. And then you're like the girl on the beach. You're like, take a nap here. And you made me get you a pillow. And I put the pillow down and you fell asleep on the bathroom floor.
Yeah. Right.
While that was all happening, then we ordered Subway sandwiches at... It's now 4 a.m. It was like 3:30. We got Subway sandwiches. We rode a Peloton ride.
I remember Murph being on the Peloton.
Yes. We invited our friend Chesko, who lives very close to Tommy, over, who happened to be up at 3:30 in the morning.
Like, why?
I don't know. And he was sober, obviously. He just like came over and hung out with us while we were all just like screaming.
I don't remember much. And then I remember y'all being like, hey, it's time to go. And I was like, no, 5 more minutes. And I kept saying that like 50 times.
Yes, I know.
And you guys are like, nope, you scoop me up and you're dragging me out. We have video. And that's when I tilt and I look, and out of a blurry vision, I see Cheska. And I'm like, Cheska, what are you doing here?
Is that a mirage?
I was like, what? I think I saw Cheska. And then I was like, guys, no, seriously, just like 5 more minutes. And you're like, nope, it's been 5 minutes.
I was going to get you up, have you be like up and awake, and then call the Uber so you could just jump in. But Tommy was like, no, call it so it's ready for her. We'll wake her up and put her in there. I was like, okay. So I called it, and then as they were arriving like a couple minutes away, I'm trying to get you up. You're like, 5 more minutes. So I'm like, no, we got to go. I'd taken your makeup off with the makeup wipe. I'd gotten as much as I could off. You fought me on that.
Well, what's funny is the next fucking morning I woke up and I was like, oh, I didn't take my makeup off. And then I go look in the mirror. I'm like, who took my makeup off? I'm not kidding. I was like, why is my makeup off? I was like, who took it off? And you're like,
I got it off.
You got it off, bitch. That is a ride or die.
Luckily, Tommy had makeup wipes, not a hair tie, but makeup wipes. So I got it all off. I got you up, and we're trying to pick you up. We're dragging you out. Tommy's handing you your Gucci bag that you lent him for like 2 years ago, for our Coachella 2 years ago, and then you just run off in the middle of the night into the Uber.
No, that's the most me thing. Like I'm like dead. I'm dead, but I'm alive.
I'm dead, but I'm alive.
Literally like laying there, and then the second's like, okay, and I'm like, okay, go, and then I just book it.
Also, to clarify, we didn't send you home alone. We sent you with Murph, who took care of you.
Wait, I didn't know y'all weren't in the Uber.
No, we went separate ways.
Oh, I thought you guys dropped me off.
No.
Well, sorry. I knew.
Well, that would have made more sense, honestly, thinking about it now.
Well, because normally when we go home, you drop me off and then you go home.
I should have done that.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the right mind.
No, you're good. You're good. Oh, you were. You reminded me to take my contacts out. That was a ride or die too.
And I broke my boot also.
You broke your boot.
So I spent about an hour of sitting, which is so, you know what's so funny?
Not your boot.
My boot. Because I was talking to Patrick and we were chatting and I was balancing.
Patrick.
Yes.
Love Patrick.
Speaking of boots. So they look similar to this, but a little bit of a higher heel. And my feet were really starting to hurt because we've been out for like many hours. So I was balancing, like talking to him on my heel. And all of a sudden, and I was like, no way. And then I had to limp all the way down. I spent an hour at Tommy's apartment from like 3 to 4 a.m. trying to attach it.
As if that would do it.
Exactly. Trying to put it back on. Also, I just like forgot because we haven't been like that drunk in a while, to be honest.
I was just thinking this whole story, everyone's like, damn, Alisha, you're a fucking like raging alcoholic. I was like, no, I honestly have not thrown up from alcohol in years. Mm-hmm. Like years. I feel like I've like chilled out so much. It was literally just because I mixed. And yes, I would agree with that statement.
We really, like, we sound messy and we were messy, but we haven't been messy in a very long time.
No.
This was an occurrence in like 2019, 2018.
Yes, that was a regular in 2018.
Yeah, I haven't been like that drunk in a long time. But it was fun. I had a great time. I forgot when you're that drunk, how quickly time passes. Like when you think of a Vegas trip and you're like in the casino and then you blink and then it's the morning.
Yeah.
I forgot, but I had called Cal, or he called me right when we got to Tommy's house to like check in and make sure we're good. And then I dealt with you in the bathroom. Yeah. And then I was like, she needs to go home, but I didn't want to put you in an Uber because I was like, I want her to be safe. I want to get us home. Like, and
you're so
situations.
good at that.
But so I get my phone. I start calling Cal over and over and over. I'm like, why is he not picking up? He just called me. This is like, he would come pick us up right now. I know he would. Hello. I look, it'd been an hour and a half, but it felt like literally 3 minutes.
That's why I kept saying 5 more minutes. I was like, guys, give me 5 fucking minutes.
We gave you so long. It's so funny how time just flew.
If you think cash back at thousands of your favorite stores sounds too good to be true, think again. With Rakuten, you can save on whatever you're buying for the holidays. So while you're getting gifts for friends and family, get some cash back for yourself too. Don't forget festive home decor, party outfits, and that trip to see your fam. Because shopping for everything is much more magical with cash back. Rakuten makes it so easy. Here's how it works. Rakuten partners with stores you know and love, places like Finish Line, GameStop, Lancome, Michael Kors, and Ray-Ban. These stores actually pay Rakuten for sending them shoppers, and Rakuten shares that money with you as cash back. You can even stack coupons and deals on top of cash back. Cha-ching! Shop at Rakuten.com or by using the Rakuten app, and you'll get your cash back payments through PayPal or check. It's that easy.
Start your holiday shopping with Rakuten now to save money at over 3,500 stores. Join for free at Rakuten.com or get the Rakuten app. That's Rakuten. Rakuten.com. Cha-ching! But, back in my Housewives Era.
Yeah, anyways, like we said, we're obviously back in our Housewife eras. Well, I never said that, to be honest.
No. I need to stop speaking without thinking long term.
Oh, you're just all or nothing. In the moment, you were a housewife.
In the moment when I was sober on a Sunday morning at the farmer's market and then went to Soul Cycle, I was like, this is going to be my every week. Haven't been back.
That's your new identity.
Haven't been back.
Me.
Probably won't go back for another year.
I'm like, I'm never at the farmer's market, but I always want to go. I love the idea of going.
I just talked about that on my TikTok because I did a little farmer's market vlog. And thank you so much for watching. I was like, when I moved to LA, I was like, I'm going to go every weekend. Every weekend. I've been probably 4 times.
It reminds me of like the trading post where you have to mentally be prepared to like have a backpack or a crossbody. You need like your bag. Like you have to like be ready to dig through things and like see what you want. And I feel like the farmer's market's similar. Like you can go and bop around, but like it makes more sense to go and shop and like find the produce, find the stations that like you know, the booths that you like a lot.
Agreed. And, like, well, also because like there's 7 strawberry vendors. Which one's going to have the best strawberry?
Exactly.
Which one's the best price?
Or if you want to buy plants, you're going to need to like transport them back home. Yes. Like there's so much more that goes into it.
It's a situation.
To being a housewife. Like obviously it's just so much work.
It's a lot.
It's so much work. That's why I don't even try. Well, we're so annoying.
We're so annoying.
That's funny as fuck.
Hold on. I wrote something else on my list, but I can't. We might have talked about it in the last one. Oh, that's literally what I wrote. Party. Got that.
You know, leave that in. I also wrote, what did I party?
Party. I was thinking talk about.
Speaking of parties, though, something that's more mature of us is we're throwing our first like work holiday party.
Yes, we are.
For our teams, which I'm so excited for.
Feeling so corporate America. I'm just kidding.
I literally was like, what's the wording? It's not like employee. Like what? Like what's the wording? Like
team party.
Is it team though?
I think
feel
it's
like work.
Work party.
Work party.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a little white elephant.
It reminds me of like an elementary school class party.
Yes, like before the end of the like the send off for the break.
Yes,
you know.
Yes.
I'm really excited for that.
I love a good party moment. I feel like just the holidays this year are gonna be different.
Yeah,
but fun.
Even weird. Like without Ashley, it's gonna be weird to like. She's gonna be like, oh, do you want to come help me decorate or like and. I'm like, is the house even going to be festive? Because she's half the reason why it's so like cute.
She's 3/4 of the reason.
She's
more than 90%.
Okay, here's the thing. Every one of our friends say we're the hardest people to shop for. Okay?
Okay.
And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I do think I'm easier than you though.
Why?
Because I like find joy in such like random stupid shit. Like there's like little things and I don't buy all of them in every color. Like there's things I'm like, ooh, I'd love that, but I don't buy it right away. And I feel like you're like, I'm not only gonna buy it, I'm gonna buy it in different colors. You've gotten better.
I have gotten better, but yes,
there's been times where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get that for her for Christmas, and then you buy it, and I'm like, fuck, this is karma for what I do to other people. So what would you like for Christmas?
That's a good question.
Give me
I've been thinking about you actually too.
Really? I have one idea, but my thing with gifts is like it's less about like, oh, that's the nicest. I'm like, I just want to be like, that's what I want to get her. Like I want to like it to be intentional, you know? And I'm a little struggling with you.
I understand that. I like buying people appliances because I love an appliance.
I did that for you last year.
Well, no, and what you got me was fantastic, and I use it all the time. I will say, like, I want to buy you appliances, but I know you don't like clutter. So, and I'm a clutter queen. So that's why I'm like a little bit, I know. Cal prefaced him asking literally yesterday what I want for Christmas by saying, what do you want that you haven't already bought yourself?
Literally.
Which is exactly what it is.
Like, that's a big thing for me. Whenever I buy people stuff, I'm like, I want you to use it. Like, I want you to like even if they're really nice shoes, like wear them out, get them dirty. Like I want them to be worn and used. So I don't want to get you something that's just gonna like sit in your closet.
Can I be so honest?
Yes.
I don't need anything.
I know you don't, and I don't either.
So maybe we could just do an experience for each other this year. Like maybe
should we go to Bora
trip?
Bora?
Yeah, let's go to Bora Bora. I would like that more.
I would love a trip.
Let's.
But here's the thing: when we go on the trip, we're gonna buy shit.
Not in Bora Bora.
True.
We'll be on a beach.
We'll be buying
Mai Tais.
Mai Tais on the beach. I would love to do a trip.
Yeah, let's
like
do
just
that.
Us.
I think so. I love the idea of an experience.
I love that for gift giving. Even like it's funny because whenever I give other people, I love giving gifts. Like that's my love language.
Same,
and I know
same.
it is same for
Same,
you.
same.
I always tell people tickets like to a game or an experience or even like for your boyfriend. Like I feel like boyfriends are hard to shop for because I feel like they can like get you a necklace or like get you like perfume or like whatever. And like there's so many guys who are just like dudes, you know?
No, I asked Cal what he wants. He said a graphics card. I was like, I'm not getting you. What is a graphics card?
You're Googling it. I'm not going to get you
I'm not going to get you a graphics card. Add to cart. Shop. Shipping here.
Express shipping. But yeah, I feel like experiences, concert tickets, like those are such, and you can get cheap ones too. Not the Taylor Swift ones, you know, obviously.
Or even like if you, because sometimes those can get expensive. Just an experience in general, like a picnic at the beach, or
like
a day going, like even a date day, like going to the library. Like I love something planned. I'm a big proponent of coupon books.
Oh, I love a coupon book.
I love making a cute one for your significant other. Big when I was, obviously for my mom when I was a kid and had no money, I will give you a back massage for 10 minutes. I will do these things.
Just make it sexy.
Do they usually, not for your mother.
Not for your mom, for your boyfriend. Ew.
I was talking about my mom.
You were talking about we were talking about giving gifts to boyfriends.
Oh.
And then you said, like, I've given it to my mom. And then I was talking about that. But like,
thank you for clarifying.
I had to clarify that one.
Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, I think those are fun. And usually they don't cash them in anyway.
I know. You can't end up not cashing them in. Or when they do, you're like, fuck, I gotta do that.
I would give my mom the coupon book. She'd be like, oh, like, can I have one room clean? I'd be like,
you're like,
and you just half-ass do it.
That's not what I wrote. That's how you that's not what I wrote. Not at all what I wrote. Oh my God. Yeah, that's funny. What are other like good gift giving tips you have? You're a really good gift basket person. You're a queen at that. I think that that's such a good gift because you can fill anything up.
The one thing I took away from my sorority is to take a basket, fill it with a blanket, and put cute things inside. I think this is a great gift for like your neighbor. Like, you know, if you want to put in like a cute, I just made like literally with my neighbor a hot cocoa basket. You can do that. Or if someone's sick, putting in like
I want to be your neighbor.
We can be. Medicine, tea, a humidifier, anything like that's themed. Those are really cute. Or if you have a friend who, you know, is maybe into, I don't know, what's something random? Gymnastics. You can give them like a cute little leotard, like maybe like a towel, like a little like whatever. Anything that kind of correlates to what they like, I think that's good. Just for gift giving in general, I love to be really careful with listening throughout the entire year because that's the best. When they said something in like February and then you give it to them in December, they're like, what? You remembered?
That's something I tried to do last year. I didn't do that well. This year, I've actually done a good job with it. I have a note in my phone and anytime I have an idea or someone says something, I'm like, let me just jot that down real quick because I feel like it's so intentional because you're like, oh, I was listening. You're like, oh my God, you remembered when I said I wanted that from forever ago. Or like you think you're not going to forget. And then Christmas comes, you're like, what was that thing? I know there was something and she really wanted something, you know, whatever it is.
The note is very helpful.
The note is so helpful. Even our family, we said we're not going to do like a big Christmas or anything this year just because we'd rather like do a trip or something.
I think my family is going to do Secret Santa this year.
Oh, I love that.
And just do like one gift for for one individual person. Because getting gifts is obviously expensive. It's stressful. It's a lot of those things. So I think one single Secret Santa is cute to do.
But again, our love language is gift giving. So I don't know how it's going to work.
I know.
It's okay. I keep yelling at my mom though. I'm like, Mom, save your money. I don't need anything.
Nothing. We don't need it. It is the holiday season and, you know, maybe you're sitting at home and you have this big craving for hot chocolate, or maybe you're under the covers all cozy and warm by your fireplace and all you want is to eat some dinner, but you don't want to get up and cook.
Or you're lazy like me.
Or you're lazy like Miss Alisha. DoorDash is amazing. They have over 300,000 partners. You can support your neighborhood go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Popeyes, Chipotle, and the Cheesecake Factory.
And it's not just restaurants, you guys. You can get snacks, drinks, household items in literally under an hour. And by doing that, you're supporting your community because from the stores and restaurants to the Dashers driving around, each purchase provides a new opportunity for everyone involved because with DoorDash, there's a neighborhood of good in every order.
Whether you need, you know, maybe some paper towels, you spilled your hot cocoa everywhere and you're all out, or maybe you just need a last minute ingredient for some sort of holiday recipe you're making, DoorDash has you covered. For a limited time, our listeners can get 50% off up to a $20 value and $0 delivery fees when you download the DoorDash app and enter code Pretty Basic.
That's 50% off up to a $20 value and $0 delivery fees when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code Pretty Basic. $0 delivery fees.
Don't forget that's code Pretty Basic for 50% off up to a $20 value and $0 delivery fees with DoorDash. Subject to change, terms apply. All right, so obviously it is the last episode of season 4, which is crazy that we are wrapping up our 4th year of this podcast. And something that we started in the beginning and then it kind of fizzled out over time because honestly, like I'm not a big believer in resolutions, at least for like the start of the new year. I know a lot of people love them. I've just never been able to stick to many. Yeah. So I know for the last year, we didn't do those really, but just kind of talking about like this year as a whole. We could talk about moving into the next year, kind of manifestations. If you have some resolutions, of course, you can say those.
Yeah.
But just kind of like a wrap up on the year. How was this year for you?
Well, I was depressed for 6 months.
Yep.
I will say, I mean, I joke saying that, but like it, again, we all remember that episode, the breakdown, the crying, insert. So it kind of was all a blur. And with my memory being bad, I'm like, what even happened? Like, I don't even really remember. But there was some really awesome times this year. With work, I'll say, like, Pretty Basic has been, like, a dream. Like, genuinely, I am so proud of it, of us, like, of our team. Obviously, this is our first time having, like, the studio. So, like, all of that, like, that's a whole... It almost feels like we've always had it, which is crazy. So,
I agree with that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I forget, like, oh, we've only had this for 1 year. Like, it's so weird. And I think the guests that we've had have been fucking amazing. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
I've been loving all of the comments of people just like freaking out, the DMs, all the messages about people seeing like Ashley, Megan, Chris, all these amazing, Claudia, all these people throughout the whole entire year, Jackie, Ina. Like, we've had amazing, amazing guests. And I also love it because we've been able to just get to know these people on a level in which we've never been able to get to know before. Like, I went home after the Ashley Tisdale episode and I was like, I just talked to Sharpay / Maddie / just someone that I've loved for so many years for an hour and a half.
And you never would have dreamt of that.
No, I just got to talk to her. And that's what I wanted to ask her.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but yes.
No, yeah. So I think that's just been amazing. Even Parallel has been like so good. I feel like I've been very grateful for all, like, just the team and the people that we have around us helping to make all of the like other projects and things that we're doing. Honestly, my social life, I think I have thrived in a way this year that I have never in my life. And I'm so proud of myself because especially post-COVID, like, it was hard for me to even like look people in the eye or like talk to them. Mm-hmm. And now, like, obviously a little liquid courage helps, but like that's been something where I'm like, wow, I really feel more confident in who I am and just who I am in the space, like who I am with, like, that's been really, really, really cool.
I've seen you thrive.
Like, that's been a positive thing.
I feel like Pretty Basic is a big reason for that too.
Yeah, like being able to like meet people this way and like connect. As much as I joke, like, oh my God, this year was so bad. Like, there really were some awesome things. Experiencing living on my own, like, that's crazy. Crazy. I feel like I'm closer to Ashley. Yeah, I just feel really grateful for like all my friends and stuff. I have been more of a homebody, but I feel like I'm just still figuring out what, like, I don't know. This is a almost 30 moment. You know what I mean? Like, it's been very transformative.
It's your last year in your 20s. I knew that, but I'm like, I always remind myself that's so wild.
My birthday's in April, like less than 6 months.
You're going to be in your 30s, 30, flirty, and thriving.
It's okay. I feel like I'm really going to thrive.
I think so too. I feel like you've been this whole year putting down, not necessarily roots, because I feel like that's like very like family focused, but more so just like putting in the work for a very transitional and transformational next year.
I feel that.
I totally see that for you.
Yeah. Well, how about you?
I was driving over here and thinking about this. This year is definitely very rough on me because there were just so many things going on. And I know we've referenced this in the past, but I think about when Ariana Grande won whatever she was wearing the purple dress for. And she was like, this was the best year of my life and for career-wise, but like the worst year for my personal life. I don't know if that's just like every year, but I've definitely felt that the most this year that I've ever felt because, as I talked about, I had the lawsuit going on with my house, which was just more so like a looming stress. Like, I could never not think about that. It was always at the back of my mind. And I didn't like really go into super detail about this, but at the beginning of this year, I found out that one of my family members was diagnosed with cancer.
Have you talked about that? Not
really, actually. I've just kind of alluded to it, but at the start of this year, I saw them. They gave me my birthday gift, which my birthday is at the top of February, at the top of January, because basically I found out all at once. Like, they had cancer. They were going to go into like this very intense chemotherapy and like dealing with like bone marrow transplants and all these crazy things. They were diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And I basically wasn't going to be able to see them the entire year because they were going to be going through chemo and then also with COVID, specifically with the type of cancer that my family member was diagnosed with, because of the chemo and the type that they had, their immune system was pretty much like wiped clean. Yeah. And they weren't able to pretty much leave their house. So they were essentially like in quarantine for another year. Could not leave, had to be extra careful. So that was definitely like hard on my family.
Yeah.
Happy to say they're doing super well.
Yeah.
They're getting all their strength back. They're looking amazing. They're feeling great. Like I'm so happy, but that obviously was like a very big stressor just in my life. It's one of my family members that I'm like the closest to. So that was really, really hard, but I'm so happy and relieved. And then at the same time, I've also talked about it on the vlogs, but so Cal had someone in his family who was also diagnosed. So it was just a lot all this year. And I
Even
just felt like
Daisy.
the Daisy thing.
Oh my God, that was just a cherry on top.
Daisy was almost diagnosed. They told me that she had lymphoma and then took it back. That was a lot. So there was just a lot of stress always at once. And I felt very much like
Can't catch a break.
I felt like I was knocked down and then it would just get knocked down further. And I was like, where is the fucking ground?
When you don't think you can go further, you're like, oh, I lied.
Here I am.
Thought that was rock bottom.
I will say like the silver lining and all of that I realized is that, what did I learn? I think one thing that I learned specifically is just to be grateful. When you feel like your life is quote unquote boring, really be grateful for those moments where there's nothing to be worried about, nothing to be stressed about. That was something that I'm like, oh my God, I took that for granted before.
That happened to me actually the other day where I was having a really good day and I was like, oh my God, everyone, I'm having I made the world know. I was like, I'm having a great day. And I had a moment where I was sitting there, I was like, wow, Alisha, like appreciate today. Cause now you know how that's not normal.
Yeah.
And granted, like obviously we don't want the bad times, but I will say it, where before that would have been my baseline.
Yes,
every
that's
day
exactly how I felt.
Should be a great day. Like that used to be my baseline where I felt like honestly every day was a really good day. Maybe one negative thing would happen, but I for the first time I sat being like, wow, you should appreciate today because you may not have that tomorrow.
Yes.
And I don't know if I'm getting older, almost 30, but I was just a weird feeling to be like, wow, this might be the last good day I have in a really long time, so enjoy it. Like don't think this is just normal. So I really relate to that, what you were just saying.
I think also getting older too, I don't know about, well, actually I do know you, but I've been worrying about my parents so much. Even if my parents just like, my mom spent the last couple of days with me and we hung out and then she drove home and I'm like so nervous with her just driving home. Like so many things as you get older that you just weren't even aware of before that you should be worrying about. Just, they all come to light. I'm stressed all the time about all those sorts of situations.
No, little things like that.
But it's just normal. I think it's just a matter of growing up and you're like, oh my God, I have taken all these things for granted for so long.
Yeah.
And something that I took from this year / also just going into next year is just trying to take less things for granted. Really appreciating the calmness of my life when there's nothing to stress about or minute things to stress about that are just daily things. And my work life though this year I think it truly was the best that I've ever had. I feel like I got into a pretty good rhythm. There are a few stressful times, but I feel like I pushed through to prep me for the future. And social life, better. I definitely got out a little bit more this year.
I feel like
I did better this year. I feel like I just it's so crazy. I went from like being such a social butterfly to I feel like being such a little hermit in my house. And I'm trying to find the happy medium between the two. And I think I'm getting there.
Yeah. I wrote down a list. I'm gonna, if I read off.
Yes, read, please.
I wanted to write a list of like resolutions because you guys know I love me some resolutions. I will say the past few years have been like, like who cares? Like why? What's life? But I was sitting down. I was like, I want them to be less like be healthy, like that type of be off my phone. You know what I mean? Like the obvious ones.
Yeah.
One thing I put was initiate plans more because I know I struggle with that in all of my friendships. And host like more game nights and things at the house. Even when you came over the other night and we were all about to go out, I was like, oh, I should offer them like drinks but I'm just so used to you like going on your own versus like, oh, we're having it at Alicia's house. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, like I gotta, and then I didn't even have straws or enough like to fucking tequila. So I was like, okay, we need to get better at hosting, but that's a goal. It's a good goal.
It takes time.
One thing that I realized more recently, which you helped me realize.
Oh,
we were talking about it like a week ago. I realized like my social anxiety is still there. It's definitely more managed, but there are certain times, especially in LA, like there's events that you'll go to where you don't even know the person throwing it, right? Like you really aren't even friends. Maybe you've talked like once or twice. And my goal for the year is every single event or party that I go to, and I know this sounds so like, duh, Alisha, anyone should do that. I feel like it is a little different in LA because there are events where you really don't know the people throwing it. Where I have to go up to that person and say like, thanks for having me. Because that's something that's hard for me to do, even though it's like the kind and nice thing to do. But especially like an event where it's a brand throwing it and maybe I don't know who works at the brand, like Alisha, go find them, like introduce your, like that's something where I need to push myself. So I'm like, okay, that's a goal. It's going to be hard. And I know it sounds stupid, but I'm like, it's a thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that as someone who I have never struggled with social anxiety, seeing you and seeing Cal and seeing people who actually struggle with it, like I understand that's a roadblock that you guys have to get through in your head.
And I'm like, I don't have to talk to everyone I know, but at least the person who's throwing it be like, hi, thanks. They don't even have to know me.
Yeah.
Like we don't even have to talk. It should just be like so that's my goal. And you have to hold me accountable to this.
I will.
Hold me accountable to it.
It's going to get easier though.
It's like a fucking Apple event. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, hi. I don't know his Jim Cook something, right?
I think Tim Cook.
Tim Cook.
Hi, Mr. Cook.
Like, hi, thanks for having me. You didn't write anything, right?
No, I wrote nothing.
No, I just didn't want to like.
I'm just going into the year hoping things go okay.
I love it. Okay, this was something. Oh my God, we were out the other week, and we were at Bungalow. I was with Murph. You were there. Our friend Aaron was there, and I ran into Katie Austin, and you were asking about her friend. You're like, oh my God,
I love her.
Who's
Kristen.
You asked.
I'm obsessed with her.
You were like, oh my God, how is she? I love her. And it's been a long time since I've experienced something like this, especially again in LA and like a very like competitive whatever thing.
I hope Katie shows this to Kristen.
I hope so too.
Hi, Kristen.
I'm like, I don't know you, but thanks for inviting me. No, thanks for inviting me. Katie just starts going off. She's like, oh my God, she is the best person on this world. Her heart is so like just speaking about her in not just a positive light. Like I was like, holy shit, I want to meet this person. Like you're talking so highly of her. And I'm like, I need to do that for my immediate friends. Like anytime someone asks about you, instead of being like, oh yeah, Rem's got, I need to be like, that bitch is the fucking, like I need to hype up my hype men more, and I need to hype up my best friends more, and like the people who I really feel like deserve it. Like the way she was going on and on, I was like in awe. I was like, oh my God. Why?
We need to meet this godly woman.
I know. But it's just weird because, like, I mean, obviously, like, more like, just when people talk about others in general, they're so quick to talk about the negative. They're like, oh, yeah, she's great, but.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, yeah, like, oh, she's kind of like, she's always like late. Or like, why are we highlighting the negatives about people? Like, that was something where, like, I literally had a moment where I was just staring at her. I was like, wow, I need to do that more. So that's a goal for me this year.
I love that. I'm going to take that on too. Why aren't we hyping each other up more?
Literally.
I love that.
Like, you're my fucking the world needs to
fucking
know it. You're my fucking bitch. Okay, 2 more. The next one is by the end of 2023, my house will be decorated.
Oh, okay.
By the end of next year, it'll be fully done.
Okay.
7 years after having it. Isn't that insane?
That's fine.
I just need to take care of my space. Like I need to not just like decorated, like the rooms are how I would like them, how I personally would like them. The guest room is like looks good, so when guests are over, there's not like, you know.
I love that though. But also don't be hard on yourself, because think about how many times growing up we would have changed our room in 7 years. Like that's normal.
But like there needs to be a dresser. Like why is the sound bar still on a cabinet? You know what I mean? Like things like that. I'm like, okay, Alisha, you're an adult, like you can afford it. Like it doesn't have to be the Restoration Hardware. Like, you know, it can be Target.
An IKEA dresser.
It can be an IKEA dresser, but like just make it look good.
Like,
you know?
livable.
I see. Livable.
I see, okay.
My last goal was when I was actually doing around June, which helped my mental health a fuck ton, was I remember around that time I was like, I'm just going to move for 30 minutes a day. It can be a walk. It can be a stretch. It does not have to be like a marathon, but just for 30 minutes, move your body, stretch, roll out, even just Theragun, like just something. Because there are times I notice I get very in my head, especially when I'm sitting on the couch on my phone for so long. It's just, that's when I like can like feel myself spiraling a little bit. So I'm like, okay, 6 days a week. I'm allowing myself 1 day a week to like not have to like do it, but 6 days a week, something. Just something. I would love to say 7. I just don't want to overshoot it and me not do 7.
Yeah.
So that's my other thing. I'm like, Alisha, walk, stretch, yoga, breathe, go sit outside and just do something. Yeah. Something. Like when you think about how much we sit, it's insanity. Like right now we've been sitting for hours already.
When I was sick, I felt like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the grandparents. Like I had like my body hurt from just laying because I was so sick.
Yes.
It like there was nothing I wanted to do more than just get up and walk around the house.
Exactly. So those are some of my goals that we're manifesting into the new year that we are resolutioning. Is that a thing?
I love that.
Yeah.
I think those are all very attainable too.
I try to
like
make them real.
Being able to move for 30 minutes is such a blessing. I agree with that. I need to do that more. I agree with that.
Your dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Walk the dog.
For 30 minutes.
Stretch.
You know?
I love that. I feel like I definitely, that's another thing I take for granted. Literally being able to like go for a walk, go for a run. I agree.
So yeah, that's definitely stuff I want to take into the new year. Even next year, like I definitely want to build out my team more. I feel like I still need like more editors. I'd love to hire like another assistant. Like I feel so grateful that that's where I'm at. But even like pretty basic, like I'm excited for like the guests next year, like season 5 guests. I feel like are just gonna be top tier.
We already have so many amazing ones lined up.
I'm still manifesting Hillary Duff.
I think it's also attainable.
I hope so.
I really do.
I'm gonna be so quiet if she ever sits here. I'll be like,
would you really be scared?
No, I'd be so nervous.
Fantastic.
I know, but you know how like people say don't meet your idols?
That was me with Meghan Trainor.
Yeah, and that was like such a good episode for you. So I'm like, I just hope it's a good episode.
It'd be such a good episode. Okay, dream guest other than Hillary Duff.
Sophia Bush, because I was the biggest One Tree Hill Brooke Davis fan. I bought Clothes Over Bros. I literally bought a shirt from the site, which was her clothing brand on the show. Clothes Over Bros.
That's funny.
And it was red. And
they sold it. Like the show sold it. That's funny.
That was probably one of the first merch pieces I like really bought. Like it was like $35. And I was like, fuck. Like, I need it.
You need it. I loved her in John Tucker Must Die. Obviously. I never watched One Tree Hill personally.
Oh my god, so good. I also just love what she's like. She's
an icon.
She's such an activist. I'm just in awe of her.
You can tell that she passionately feels everything, and I feel like she is so well spoken and just and you can tell it reigns so true because she's been also such an activist for such a long time.
Yes. Oh my god, I saw her when we were at that VUV event like a few years ago, and I was like,
I didn't know she was there.
I was like, so definitely her.
I would love Olivia Rodrigo. I just want to talk to her.
I would love
people. To me, I'm just like, who do I want to chat with and just like get to know better? Olivia Rodrigo.
Should we like manifest a Spotify exclusive $100 million deal?
Oh,
what would we do with that?
Sure. Yeah.
Watch out, Call Her Daddy. I'm just kidding. Sometimes I don't like resolutions when I know they won't come true. Because then I feel like I failed. And I'm like, why would I say I'm going to fail?
I'm trying to think of other guests. I mean, Rachel Bilson went on Call Her Daddy. And you know I love Rachel Bilson. I would love her. I would love... I'm trying to think. I know. I'm a Haley Steinfeld girl through and through.
I feel like she would.
I would love to chat with her.
I feel like we're getting more confidence.
We've had a couple more traditional celebrities, so maybe someone will want to come on. Vanessa Hudgens would be iconic.
Queen.
I can't wait. I'm so excited to see what the year brings.
She's nice too, so I feel like it'd be a good episode.
She's so nice. Did I ever talk about? I don't think I talked about it at the live show, but not when we were here at the studio. My interaction with Vanessa Hudgens when you fully just left me there alone with her.
When was that?
At the Prada event.
I left?
You left me. And I turned around. I was alone.
Where was I?
You were just standing 5 feet over, but like not in the conversation. You walked away from me and left me alone with Miss Vanessa Ann Hudgens, Baby V.
Baby V?
I turned around. I was like, she's just right there. And she's like, hi. I was like, you're like, can you come up? She was
she was really nice.
So nice.
Yeah. I would say she's one of the nicest like celebs we've met.
I think so too.
Actually.
Have we had any
bad
celebrities?
So the one bad celebrity experience I've had, this person is having
a
resurgence and a moment where everyone's like, she's the best person ever. She's so nice. So I'm truly hoping it was just a bad moment on my, that I had.
She just caught her on an off day.
I'm hoping,
we're all allowed to have off days.
Yes. But it's just so funny because like literally now everyone's like, she's the best. She's so nice. She deserves everything. And I'm like, oh, maybe I really just like, but that was my only like bad experience I feel like that I ever had.
I think it's so funny how much people love her.
Which like,
she really does seem so nice.
She does. So I'm just gonna pretend my experience never happened.
That is so, yeah.
I'm just like, hi, nice to meet you. That's when I'll take it in and be like, oh, we've never met.
Flip the switch a bit. She's not gonna remember.
She'll never remember. I've had more bad instances with influencers than celebrities, honestly.
I mean, yeah, and that I feel like that makes sense.
It makes so much sense.
What's your worst influencer encounter?
For me, I feel like I never had like one instance or story. It's just more vibes.
I feel that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I can't pinpoint like, oh, this person did XYZ to me. It's more like Oh, we're feeling the vibes.
I see it for what it is.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, we never talked about how we've only ever had one guest on Pretty Basic that we were not able to air.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was an okay episode though.
It was a fine episode, but then they got canceled.
Yeah.
And we were like, pull that episode.
Yeah.
We will not be putting that one out there.
Yeah. Yep.
That's only happened once though. So
honestly, I'm pretty shocked that we've only like
for like 200 episodes, not too bad.
And I think there's only been one episode that we scratched on our end. Like we filmed an episode that we just like were like not into.
Ah.
So we're actually what 2 to 200.
Yeah, 2 for 200. That's
yeah,
not bad
that's
at all.
pretty damn good. But huge thank you to you guys for watching and supporting. And I oh my God, not me like getting emotional. What the fuck?
I think this is my, and I assume yours too, favorite season yet.
Yes.
I just feel like we've grown so much as podcasters.
I know.
Which is so weird that we're podcasters. I want to say gonna not feel weird. I mean, just like Pretty Basic has made moves. I feel like our community has grown so much, and I feel like we've grown, but also become so tight knit at the same time.
I feel closer to our viewers because of this podcast.
I agree. So thank you guys so much for tuning in with us every single week. Truly, this is such a dream come true as a job, and getting able to just sit with my bestie and meet new people and just catch up and talk and grow closer with you guys. It's truly a dream come true. So thank you for tuning in with us every week. And next season's going to be fire.
We have some bonus content coming out. So if you're going to miss the episodes, don't worry too much. Still stay subscribed because we're going to be dropping some fun little surprises for you. Mm-hmm. And again, we're doing Vlogmas, vlogging every single day. And get excited for season 5 because we're really, really, really pumped. And yeah, happy holidays, you guys.
Happy holidays. We will be back officially with season 5 on February 8th, which means I will be 28 and 1 day old.
Woo!
Love you guys.
Bye.
See you next year. Bye.
Mwah, love you.